Hello, Mr. Warner. Hello, Mr. Brothers. Thank you for coming to the classroom. Today, I would like to pitch to you 7 Young Justice movies to bring one of your most popular animated shows of all time to the silver screen. Thank you for joining us as always, and once again, thank you for using my perfect and beautiful ideas. Young Justice, not just one of the best, but one of the most interesting pieces of DC television out there. The Cute and Fun Season 1, the Great But Blue Season 2, the Tastes Like Pea Season 3, and the, oh wow, that was a lot better than I was expecting, Season 4. But today I will be pitching 7 Young Justice movies. Because nothing is more reliable at the box office than a movie for a 14-year-old animated series which has been cancelled at least 1.5 times.
The Hive Academy for Extraordinary Young People is proud to introduce this year's top graduates.
One of the biggest problems we're gonna have with this hypothetical movie is where exactly to put it. Young Justice spans over 8 years and goes through a few different eras. Sometimes it feels like talking to someone about a band that should really just separate. But the first 2 seasons, Untitled and Invasion, are not only by far the most popular periods of the show, but more importantly, what people think of when they hear Young Justice. And over the past 6 months or so of me making my Young Justice reviews, one of the biggest regrets I see from fans of the series is about the time skip. A good time skip in a long-running series can be something really special, but where I really appreciate the questions we don't have answered in the 5 years between seasons 1 and 2, my love of mystery isn't shared by everyone, it seems. Just you and me, Benoit.
I'm not Batman.
So at least a couple of these movies are going to fill out the time skips we have, and to start off, I thought we would have Young Justice fight one of my favorite villain groups in DC, the Hive 5. Hive is one of the most popular recurring antagonists in Teen Titans, where they provide positively pessimistic peers to beat the shit out of. I would love to see Hive make an appearance to face Young Justice, and I think this would be a perfect place to do so. And I thought that this movie could cover a period of the show I know fans really want to see, the Nightwinging, or the time when our beautiful baby boy Robin leaves the nest and becomes Nightwing, the famed Kryptonian vigilante whom Dick Grayson plagiarized. Robin's transition into Nightwing is one of the richest times of Dick Grayson's life to mine for story content, and I had an interesting idea for how to do it here. Robin is feeling unsure of his future. The role of team leader draws closer and closer, while his gloves and boots get tighter as he grows. Has he outgrown the role of Robin? This is when we will learn about a spree of super heists, robbing the Flash Museum, the Fortress of Solitude, and even the Batcave. While Aqualad leads a briefing on the situation, the lights in the cave are cut. Young Justice Horror of Hive is a more intense take on the famous Teen Titans villains. If we want to release a Young Justice movie in this decade with a very underrated handsome YouTuber helming the story and make money, we're gonna have to get weird with it. Named members of Hive and generic purple-robed henchmen, if we need them, infiltrate the cave in an attempt to steal tech, secrets, and souvenirs. Jinx will be keeping the cave dark, the telepathic comms off, and providing spooky magic time. Mammoth and Private Hive will be the big muscles, plus they can hold hands if they get scared in the dark cave. Kid Wicked will stalk our heroes through the dark, even cutting through walls with the blades on his cape. He would be really horrifying for newer members of the team that we didn't get to see join Two-Face. Plus, with Billy Numerous there, we probably won't need to hire the purple-robed henchmen. Their union is a real bitch. They make you pay them and stuff. While the operation is being ran from the top of the mountain by Seymour with his eyes planted all around the cave, and everyone, or maybe just my favorite villain, the computerized whiz kid, Gizmo. Did you know that the G in GOAT stands for Gizmo? While members of the team get picked off with Jinx's nightmares and pulled away into different fights, Robin will be making his way closer and closer to Gizmo and Seymour, where he can deactivate the jammers and call the Justice League. This story will test whether or not Robin is ready to leave the nest. God, I love that pun. And while I don't have a perfect idea for how I want to execute this, I do know what I want to do. In the comics, Gizmo, Micron-O-Genius, see, because he's a micro-genius, is not a bald child, he is simply a tiny old man. The Gizmo Robin ends up confronting is Micron-O-Genius, posing as the younger version of the character we know from the Teen Titans show, with a holographic device desperately clinging on to his youth. This is where Robin will become Nightwing when he confronts Gizmo, sees the sad little man that he is, and knows that he can handle this by himself. And Seymour probably, ran away. That's what I would do, so. With a newfound confidence from the operating room, Robin will help his team one by one defeat Hive until they're all back together. Then we can get a little wrap-up scene showing the villains escaping and meeting back up with the longtime leader of Hive and recurring Young Justice villain, Queen Bee. I think that Young Justice Horror of Hive would be a really fun movie to... Hey guys, it's the Fun Police, here to talk about continuity. These movies are pretty much all gonna take place somewhere already in Young Justice continuity, so we're gonna have to do some fiddling around. What a legend, man. This guy's awesome. Part of the reason why I wanted to have Jinx putting the team through the unimaginable horrors is because we're gonna have Miss Martian do a soft server wipe. Miss Martian in this period of the series is more than alright with fiddling around in her friend's head. Okay, I love you, man, but I'm doing something right now. You gotta stop. McGann, towards the end, is gonna soften up the events of the film in most of our characters' heads, keeping the important character arc stuff, but getting rid of the Pennywise-style nightmares they've seen to make it make sense that they don't ever bring this up again. Man, I am really proud of that one. Not all of them will be as good.
At least knock over a bank.
You gotta visualize.
Visualize? What the heck does that mean? If I don't visualize a mortgage payment soon, the wife will have me bagging groceries for a living.
In Season 4, we learned about the Light's nuclear option through a fantastic scene between Lady Shiva and Ocean Master. Of course, we never got to see it. Young Justice Rogue War will see the Flash's often disrespected cadre of supervillains attempt to execute the nuclear option. And now, while none of them are part of the Light, it's not crazy that they could conceive of this nuclear option. It is just child murder. No, the real issue with this is that the Rogues are not murderers. That's actually one of my favorite things about them. The Rogues have a very clear code of conduct. No killing superheroes, no killing speedsters, no doing drugs, nerds, and especially no killing children. So how are we gonna make this horrifying enough to require a Martian brain spa? While some of the rogues, like Heatwave or Tar Pit, have the capacity to be accidentally lethal, they're going to have an evil, manager. Inertia. In this continuity, a sick and twisted version of our beloved Kid Flash, Wally West. He will be even more sick and twisted than the very scientists at Cadmus who cloned him.
No, see, the thing is, I want to make it clear that everything they've done here is normal to me, because my mind is more twisted than theirs.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right.
Inertia will be holding the whole of the rogues hostage, able to keep tabs on them all at once with his speed. And what's the job today? Murdering the teammates of his healthy and non-twisted, very smooth, original recipe kinda brother guy Wally West. Once some of the rogues we know and love, like Captain Cold, Mirror Master, Weather Wizard, communicate to the team what Inertia is doing in the final act, we get to adapt one of my favorite moments of the rogues. We will be getting the Rogues' revenge when they not only trust the team to keep them safe from inertia so that they can take him down, but when the Rogues finally get the one kill they're allowed to. When the Rogues fully turn on inertia, I'm thinking,
Are you little? I got you!
Oh yeah, and this one takes place somewhere between these two title sequences, I'm not really sure where.
In 1980, you said that video games, not moist towelettes, were the business of the future.
The next pitch is essentially Mojo.
Here we are.
You want me to get in your car?
Oh, you, not that Mojo, what the fuck? Mojo World is one of the best concepts in X-Men, which is already the best thing ever created. A fake TV or video game world where our protagonists get to visit their past, fight old enemies, all in a cool vintage style with a lot of fun animation changes. Everyone on the team, no matter which era of the team you want to do for this, should get their classic comic designs when they're in the TV or video game world, and we absolutely have to see Hello Megan. I don't know what villain you could actually use for this. DC doesn't totally have a Mojo equivalent. The universe could never handle two Mojos. So maybe we'll just use Toyman and like change things up a bit. This pitch though does make me lean towards the Blue Beetle, Impulse, Wonder Girl version of the team, which I think could really flesh them out. That's the idea, that's it.
It's a show for teens, a sexy show for teens.
So when I brainstorm ideas, I typically try and make them ones that I like. I would sit around and just think of things that make me upset, but then I'd be one of those crybaby channels. However, I really messed up on this one and conceived of an idea which I just really hate, so much so that there is a definite chance that Warner Brothers might do it. So my idea for Young Justice No Subtitle is essentially the plot of the first season, but a reboot and in movie form. A bigger budget, flashier animation, more League members to fight in the finale, but essentially the same story, just with less time for fun character work. This way you can use the voice actors everyone knows and loves, reset continuity, have your cake, eat it too, lose some money, all things Warner Brothers loves. But in classic Warner Brothers fashion, I hate the sequel to this idea even more.
One is
By
right up here.
fan service.
Exactly. There's like this is just fan demand come to life.
So this is going to be like the dark inverse to the last idea, which was already a dark inverse of a good idea. So this would be the finale film to the Young Justice franchise, picking up where Season 4 left off. The main plot will have the forces of Apocalypse and Darkseid face off against the heroes of Earth, with Black Mary, Big Barda, and of course Supergirl joining Darkseid as teased at the end of Season 4, as foretold in the prophecy. But the main draw of this movie will be cameos. It'll start with the return of Wally West, again of course, but we'll be seeing beloved worlds from all across DC animation. The animated series is the Justice Leagues, Teen Titans, the Flashpoint Paradox, Batman. Sorry, I had to get out of there. That movie felt like radioactive, but the next idea I have is the perfect antidote to that anti-art corporate slop.
So, what'll it be, Homer?
Mo, give me a beer.
No, not unless you kill your family.
One of the greatest films that Warner Brothers has in its long history, and one of my perfect films of all time, The Shining, is perfect for Young Justice. Now this is exactly what memory wipe movies are for, in an echo of part of the plan from the fantastic Season 1 episode Cold Hearted. Captain Cold, Weather Wizard, Mr. Freeze, Killer Frost, and as many other ice villains as we can conjure up have sent the world into a new ice age. This is where our classic teams, sometime soon after the finale of Season 1, will be trapped in the cave, just as a curse of chaotic madness from Clarion washes over them. This will turn our typical fun superhero antics into a slow, tense horror, as our characters get closer and closer to ripping each other to shreds. And to keep a potential Shelley Duvall safe from a potential Stanley Kubrick, they're all just basically gonna be Jack. And when they're just about to murder each other, Miss Martian mind wipe, and we open season 2.
I got a lot going on in my dimension, like a lot.
With great power comes great...
Don't you dare finish that sentence. Don't do it. I'm sick of it.
And for our final movie pitch, maybe the one I'm most excited about, a movie adaptation of the Young Justice comic run that the series took its name from, with an original team of Tim Drake Robin, Superboy, and Impulse that the show decided to build out to get it closer feeling to the Teen Titans. We will add some members over the course of the film, but I think that these three are a perfect trio to start with.
Well, yeah, of course I'm the looks, but I always thought of myself as the brains and the looks. No, you're the looks, I'm the brains, Charlie's wild card. That's awesome!
And I know it's dumb to say, oh, just animate it like Into the Spider-Verse. It'll be easy. But just animate it like Into the Spider-Verse. It'll be easy. Superboy's muscular frame would look awesome in his leather jacket and accoutrements, perfect for the looks. Robin can get a more slender look, really highlighted by his bigger, baggier boots and gloves. And Impulse's hair flowing in the wind would be a perfect way to show his raw speed. Basically the evolution of using snow for speed lines in Spider-Verse. Sins of Youth would be a really fun story to use if they didn't already kinda adapt it into the Young Justice show. I am not sure what I would want the larger plot of this movie to be, but I would want it to be CG animated and try and replicate the extremely expressive style of the comic run. A few moments I definitely want to see though are them trying to find out the identity of Arrowette, the parent-teacher conferences, and Spoiler and Secret fighting over Robin. But you know, with all this fun team building and these hijinks, Young Justice really is just better suited for a TV show. Huh. Mr. Warner, Mr. Brothers, thank you for listening to my pitches. My starting price is $100,000 in quarters. But that is the video for this week, y'all. I hope you had a fun time listening to these. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Hey everyone, thank you so much for watching that video. As always, if you made it to this point, a special double thank you. I think I've got something in my eye, but that was a very fun video to make. I think I want to start having these. 7 seems like a good amount of movie pitches. This was going to be 10 originally, but that's like, it was just too taxing to like come up with, and to like make that many, that would be like more work than anyone's ever done. But yeah, I think that 7 is good. I think I want to do Avatar also. I have some ideas from. I think that people would really like that video. So, but what I have to show off for my collection this week is pretty different. It's just one of the little cacti from the Lego Succulent set. Look at that guy. Oh my gosh, also, if you made it to this point in the video, a special double thank you. Thank you so much. I can't believe I didn't do that. I'm so sorry. Here's another half thank you. There you go. I'm so sorry about that. I feel so bad. But yeah, I got my girlfriend and I these with a gift card that I had. That was part of it that I used it on. And yeah, I have it over on my desk. He is so cute. I love him. Let me think if there's anything else. Got some really fun videos coming up. I want to have a longer One Piece video by the end of summer, I think. But yeah, got some fun stuff coming up. Go watch the Olympics coming up soon too. That'll be fun and relate kinda. I'll see y'all next time. Goodbye.